Setema, Gali, the Reverend of the Revolution, having an incredible Saturday morning. It started at 4:15 a.m. Now, this is what happened. A week ago on Sunday, my young man's president in church walks up to me and says, "Hey, we're going to do some service on Saturday morning in the temple." Perfect. I'll be there. And he says, "Is that a verbal commitment?" I'm like, "Yes." So Saturday morning rolls around. My alarm goes off at 4:15, and the first thing my mind says is, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to get up. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it." That took place for about 30 seconds as I realized, why is my alarm going off so early? But something I've learned powerfully that I teach my boys and teach my clients and my coaches teach me and I live is if you're committed to do something, you do it. You act in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods. See, this is a funny lesson because my mind was screaming. My mind was telling me no, but my spirit was telling me yes. So I get up, get ready, jump in my car about 4:45, drive down to the Provo Temple. As I walk up, I don't see any other brown Polynesians, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I walk into the temple, sit down, pull out my phone, and I'm like, okay, let's see if there was a cancellation on this thing. And sure enough, on Tuesday, which I had failed to see, it was canceled. I sat there just happy as could be, listening to a video in the waiting room, eyes a little bit tired, and just the satisfaction of, you know what, I got up and said I was going to be here, and I'm here. Then I got back in my car and I drove home, and now I'm sitting here, and it is now 5:35. Now, what's the point of all this crazy madness? The point is this. Number one, if you say you're going to do something, then you honor your word. This is integrity. This is a level of powerful integrity, being whole and complete. Our lives move forward when we honor our word. The problem with our government is we don't honor the word. The problem with broken marriages and broken families and broken individuals and blah, blah, blah is they haven't kept their commitments. That's why you see spouses cheating. That's why you see kids who are overweight and adults who are unhappy. It's really, really simple. So I came home, and instead of jumping into victim mode, I just accepted it what is, and I'm grateful. Heart is filled with gratitude. So here's my lessons. Number one, if you say you're going to do something, do it. Like, honor your commitments. This past week, had some people who are like, I want into the program, and they're crying and they're in tears and they want to change their life and they're not happy with where they're at. I've been there. Bankrupt, EBT, sold my Super Bowl ring, my wife's ring. I've been there. Depressed and discouraged and overweight and not happy with your life, and you're thinking, I didn't sign up for this. Oh, yes, you did. I had those people this week, oh, I want in, Setema, I'm in. And then I tell them what it's going to cost them. And then they back up and they're like, oh, well, I'm not sure if I want in. And just like me this morning, your mind begins to search for excuses, and they're good excuses. They're great excuses. Your mind begins to search of why you should not fulfill. And it's as good as the greatest attorney out there. It's like a shotgun in your face. It's like a ninja. Brothers and sisters, you can't afford to not keep your commitments. But see, this is where people go wrong all the time, and just notice it in your own life. You make a commitment and you break it. You make a commitment and you rationalize and justify. I didn't want to do that this morning. I just got up, got dressed, got cleaned up, showered up, and drove down. And even though it was canceled, here's lesson number 2. There's no room for victim mode. Like, I'm 100% responsible for going down there early this morning. Had I looked on the Facebook page and noticed it was canceled, I would have been able to sleep for another couple hours before getting my workout in and waking up. And so the great thing is just really, really simple. You ready for this? Number 1, if you don't honor your word and break your commitments all the time, well, I can tell you right now, you'll be broke and you'll be unhappy and you'll be unfaithful and you'll be broke and fat and overweight and underweight and unhealthy. Like, that's just how life is going to occur for you. Because life doesn't work for people who can't keep their commitments. You say you're going to do something, my gosh, do it. Now, I'm not perfect at this. I clean up my messes. I clean them up quick. But I've learned if I'm going to say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And this is why I never, ever worry. I don't worry anymore. You know why? Because I know I'm going to fulfill. The moment you know that you fulfill, you won't ever worry about money. You won't ever worry about, oh, I just can't do it. I just can't keep my diet. I just can't be a good father. I just don't know how to do technology. I don't know how to recruit, blah, blah, blah. I know I fulfill, so I don't worry. And then get out. Number 2 lesson is get out of victim mode. Stop it. There's no victim mode this morning. I drove down there. I own it. I'm just proclaiming to the world. I showed up and it was canceled. So now this is what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I'm going to go inside my house and change my clothes, get some breakfast, go hit the gym, get my run in for the day. And I'm going to come home, get some study, meditation, get all this done before my boys wake up, make them some breakfast. I've got some client calls today, and then we're going to go celebrate and go swimming. Because for the past 3 summers, I've been out knocking doors. Well, I was called to go knock doors, and now I get to stay home with my boys and work from home. I love my life, and I am the man who loves his life, living my higher purpose. My question is, are you? First, start honoring your word. Don't let your mind rationalize and justify like mine did this morning. I didn't want it to, but like I teach my 7-year-old, hey, we just act in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, moods, son. And then secondly is get out of victim mode. Take 100% responsibility for your life. That is the only way life works to the highest degree of production and results. This is Setema Gali. I love you. Reminding you on this beautiful Saturday morning that if you truly want to create the life that you love, and I mean love, it's going to require you to get into a relentless pursuit with a ruthless commitment to pain the piper to get to the top of your mountain where your prize and your promised land truly awaits you. Ruthless commitment. I love you. Have an incredible day today.